Hello, everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Shawna Show. Thank you to those of you who are joining us live. Say hi. And for those of you who are catching the replay, give us a hashtag replay so that we can say hi to you later. And if we have not met yet, hi there, I'm Shawna Roche. I'm a mindset and sales success coach, founder of the Aligned Selling Method. And I help heart-centered entrepreneurs to overcome their fears and limiting beliefs around selling, to create a new money story and embrace the mindset of selling is serving, so that they can confidently sell their products, programs, and services in a way that feels as easy as having a conversation. So again, welcome. And today we have a special guest interview, a dear friend of mine that I met back in January at San Diego. And I'm so excited to introduce to you Eric Jack here. And Eric, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have you here. Eric has had a long career in both the business and nonprofit sectors. He worked in broadcasting, sales, fundraising, and education. Eric was the chairman of the Disability Mentoring Day program in New York City from 2005 to 2014. The program helped thousands of people with disabilities explore and work in their chosen area of career interests. Eric began JTD Coaching Inc. in 2019. He holds several certifications, including the Jack Canfield Success Principles Train the Trainer, and I was honored to meet him there live. That's where we met. He also has the John R. Wooden Pyramid of Success course, and he is also a member of the International Coach Federation and holds the title of Certified Executive Coach from the Center for Executive Coaching. He is an author of the #1 Amazon bestseller, Crystal Clear Leader. And he's also a certified coach with the Neuro Mentor Institute of Peak Performance. Oh my goodness, Eric, that is amazing. I am so happy you are here today. Welcome.
You know, it all sounds better when you say it.
I was like, it's a mouthful, but I love it. I love it. Hello, Addie. Welcome. Hello, Dolores.
I got to tell you, I'm so happy. First of all, I miss you terribly.
I miss you.
You know, we see each other, but we don't.
Yeah.
And, you know, the time we spent with everybody, and there are going to be a lot of our friends are going to be here too. You know, that group was amazing.
It was.
So, but I'm always so happy to see you, and I'm so happy to be here. And I will put in a plug. Shawna's course, the Aligned Selling Method, is absolutely fantastic. If you really want, now I did sales. I began my post-broadcasting career in sales, in doing cold calling. But if you really want to learn it in a way that is very natural and very I don't want to say non-offensive, because I don't find anything offensive about selling.
Yeah.
But if you really want to learn about what I would call heart-centered selling, take Shawna's course.
Aww.
Because she's fabulous. She really is. She does it in a way that'll feel very natural to you.
Aww. Thank you, Eric. It's so sweet. And I'm so honored to have met you. I'm so honored you're in my course. Your feedback is amazing, my friend. So tell us how you got into coaching as a second career.
Well, you know, it really was born out of the failure of my first business. I did so many things wrong. I look, and a lot happened. Mm-hmm. But one of the first things that you hear when you deal with Jack Canfield Success Principles is take 100% responsibility. Yes. So really, you know, I do. And there are so many things that I know now that I wish I knew as little as 5 years ago, mm-hmm. which would have made all the difference. What I did when I started again, I really wanted to, what's the word I'm looking for? I wanted to figure out what success really was.
Yes.
And I wanted to get back into what I knew I could do and do well. Mm-hmm. So I actually took a John Maxwell course. Awesome. Worked on that for 5 months, did well with it, mm-hmm. had a good time, and I was invited through that success to meet Brian Tracy and take Brian Tracy's his professional speaking course.
Oh, Awesome.
And Brian is someone I've read for many, many years. But again, it was similar to what we went through, Shawna. It was an intimate setting, Brian's speaking academy.
Oh, I love
And
it.
only me. Now, Brian, who is a master and a brilliant, brilliant guy, and also a very nice guy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very exacting in how he teaches. And as he's giving feedback, he does not like to be argued with. So the first 5 or 6 people, he stops them. But Brian, and you could tell he was starting to get, along the lines of, what are you paying me for? Except, so of course, me, number 7, I think I was out of 12. I get up, I perform one line. All of a sudden, I hear stop. Well, anyone watching, and you especially, Shawna, no, I have no trapdoor. So what do you think I said? Geez, I couldn't have screwed up already. Well, that line sends Brian into convulsions. He thought that was hysterical. And, he unfortunately has some physical ailments himself.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of got along. A lot of it had to do with that. Yeah. And it was through him that I was introduced to Jack Canfield.
Oh.
And it really was taking Train the Trainer online.
Yeah.
And getting that feedback from Jack. You'd make an excellent coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a coach. I'm a speaker.
Mm-hmm.
You can do both. I didn't know that. So I started taking coaching, and it came very naturally to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love it. I enjoy it. I so enjoy helping people. Yeah. And trying to share my own, what I've learned. Also, what I've learned not to do.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's a big one.
And, you and I both know this. You could give courses on what not to do, too.
Yep. Good.
More valuable.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got into it, and here I am.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk about too what it means to coach and service for you.
When I say coach and service, it's my job as your coach to help people, mm-hmm. to help you. Mm-hmm. I'm not here to tell you what you should be doing, mm-hmm. although I will ask permission to give advice and make comments, because I do think there is some guidance that can be necessary.
Yes.
There are times that you need to guide the client in the right direction. Mm-hmm. But when I say coach and service, it's not about me.
Yes.
It's really about delivering maximum value to the client. When I say coach and service, it's my job to help that client go from point A to point B, mm-hmm. and help them along their own pathway to success. That's my job. If I'm not doing that, I'm not helping them.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
And I have a couple of rules, because you can only coach in service if you do things a certain way. Mm-hmm. I must like the client.
Yeah.
I must believe in the clients and their mission. Mm-hmm. And I must feel that I can be able to help them along to succeed on their journey. Those are my 3 rules. And I don't vary from that.
Mm-hmm. I think that's so important. And I love that you said that, Eric, because it's some people are like, oh, I want to help everybody. I want to help everybody. And we all know from yeah, exactly. Right. And then who you can help, and then being able to even have that call with somebody and realize that, okay, you're not the one to help them. And you're doing more of a service to them by offering them to, referring them to someone else. And
I'll tell you, I've done that.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I'm on the line with somebody, mm-hmm. I will tend not to, because I don't believe in taking chances.
Right.
Because it's a waste of the client's time. It's a waste of my time. And again, taking every client is not coaching and service to others.
Yes, exactly. I totally agree with you. And I love that that's something for everybody to know. And I know sometimes, because we want to help everybody, but it's realizing that, okay, here's my aligned clients that I want to work with, because I know I can take them from that point A to point B, and then really truly. So I love that. I love your rules. They're awesome.
And my question to you is this: why does it take us all so long to learn this?
It does. It does. Because in the beginning, it's like, I know for me, I was just like, I wanted to help everybody. And then when I was trying, and then I was reaching out to people. But the thing is, I focus a lot on my energy. And so I find that by trying to help everybody, I know energetically what kind of lifts me up and what drags me down. Like I can tell by if I'm in a high vibe frequency or a low vibe. So that's part of it for me too, is I find if I'm working with someone that by the end of it, I'm exhausted versus inspired, it's like, okay, pay attention.
Absolutely. But it takes years to learn that.
It does. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
You're lucky. You got fewer gray hairs than I do, though.
Yeah, well,
so you learned it earlier.
Oh my God, I love it. So tell us about what areas you coach and train in.
Well, there are a couple.
Mm-hmm.
There is leadership, which was what my book, The Crystal Clear Leader, was about. There is productivity, and that really it involves time management, delegation, and also a big one for me, which we kind of just touched on, keeping the good clients, getting rid of the bad ones.
Yes.
And then my new one is the mindset development pieces.
Oh.
And that has to do with everything from using affirmations correctly.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? Affirmations, also success habits. Yep. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of my favorites. Now the other one we talk about, and if you don't, I want to get into this for a minute because I think you'll like this, and I just did a lot of writing about this. It is so important, especially as coaches, that we let go of judgment.
Oh, yeah.
Judging others' struggles. Now this is a big part of my new mindset development piece, which is called the 90 Seconds Breakthrough.
Yay, I'm glad you brought that up.
But I'll tell you, this is something I've done some work on. And look, we in fact have all had issues with this. Again, we learn an awful lot more as we get older.
Mm-hmm.
I recently ran into somebody who attended a mastermind retreat that I was at. And she almost didn't come. Lovely, lovely person. African-American woman, accomplished beyond belief, you name it. She was telling us that she almost didn't come to the mastermind because her family discouraged her because the presenter was white.
Oh, wow.
And, again, and as somebody who grew up with a physical disability that is visible, as you well know, again, what are we doing judging others? I learned this, you've learned this. We as coaches and we in general, we have to stop this. And I do a lot of work on that too.
Yeah.
Because that also creates a lot of the internal and external politics that goes on within organizations. Now look, you were the top flight salesperson in your company. I've heard you tell stories though about some of the struggles you've had.
Yeah.
That you did when you were in corporate America because they weren't quite ready for you well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you focus on the task at hand, if you focus on serving others, if you focus on doing the best job you can, that's what's going to put you ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of that in this course. So those are some areas that I coach in.
Perfect. So you were talking here. So your 90 seconds. So that is a course. So let's talk about the course.
That is a long course.
Okay.
I have had the pleasure and privilege over the last year to work with a gentleman named Gary Chappell, who you were recently introduced to. Gary is the retired CEO of Nightingale Conant. He developed this concept, and for better or worse, he's giving it to me to use. So it's going to become part of JTD coaching. And the purpose of this 90 seconds breakthrough is to help people learn to be able to think and make decisions in a calm, clear, focused manner. That if you set your timer to 90 seconds, it'll help get you into the mindset where you can make good decisions and have good thoughts and stay centered.
I love that.
Now that's the concept. Picture, if you will, if you indulge me for a minute,
Mhm.
picture the ability to go into your favorite room in the house. Nobody can find you, but you get exceedingly comfortable, as comfortable as you can be,
Mhm.
and you have just 90 seconds. And you can always reset your timer, of course.
Yeah.
But within all that time frame, look how you're recrafting and refreshing your mind.
Mhm.
So to be able to move everything forward. Now, all of us, you run a business, I run a business.
Yeah.
Rather than let the emotion and the craziness that can go on around you dictate how you do things,
Mhm.
isn't it better to run the business from a focused, clear point of view?
Yes.
So it literally can define success versus failure.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we've got a lot of interesting topics that I don't think many people have hit on yet.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, and I love that you said that. Like, as soon as you said like that 90 seconds, like picture yourself in a room. And that is so powerful. And for me, like even after I have calls, like I'm on a lot of Zoom calls as you are. And it's like before I go on the Zoom call, I just go to same thing. I go to a quiet place, usually my sunroom at this time of year. And I just sit there and I just stare out at the beautiful view. And I just gather my thoughts, kind of center myself. I do it before the call and then after the call. And that really has just shifted me into because we're on so many calls, right? And it's like to go from call to call to call. I mean, yes, we can do it, but sometimes you go into another call and you're not making clear decisions because you're so like, oh my God, or something could have triggered you from the other call. So I love that because it's fast as 90 seconds. That is so powerful.
It can be done. Now, like
Mhm.
anything else, it takes a lot of practice.
Yes.
It takes time, but
Mhm.
it's time well invested, because what it's going to be able to do is have you be your best self when you're running your business.
Yeah.
And again, we delve into all sorts of areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mindset and execution, and
Mhm.
also preparation.
Perfect. Yes. Yes. And those are all key things that people need. And they can get stuck or hung up in each one of those areas.
Right.
It's not
And this,
moving them forward. Mhm.
absolutely. And the thing also is, there's no shortcut with that.
Yeah.
You know, there is no such thing in business. Rarely is there overnight success.
Yes.
For most of us, for almost all of us, it's that daily piece, it's that daily moving forward.
Yep.
Now, we know that days can go sideways. We've all had those too. We will again.
Yep.
But part of the breakthrough, part of the mindset, actually, it's the 90 seconds breakthrough.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking to achieve.
Right.
But part of that breakthrough is to be able, again, to reset and recenter.
Mm-hmm.
So even if the worst happens, you as the owner of your business have the ability to recalibrate and take it from there.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. That's so powerful. And even for people like with employees, to be able to, my husband and I, Bernie, were talking about this last night about, having that moment where, you're navigating really employee struggles and things like that. And it can weigh on you as a manager, right? So being able, again, like I said, to take that time, I think this is, so I want to ask you, because I think this course is going to be so powerful. Is it like, how long is this course?
The course is long.
Okay.
The course would probably take about 6 months to complete.
Awesome. Yeah.
And we're going to offer it. And we can only offer this. We're going to offer it as a set for people if they want to take it without coaching.
Yep.
But we're also going to offer small private mastermind groups where
Awesome.
people can work with me on this. And
Mhm.
it's going to be a while because there's a ton of material that is to be explored.
Yeah.
But I must tell you, 6 months is not that long because it's going to make a transformative difference in your business.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned employees. We've all had employees we love who
Mhm.
we've had trouble with. We've
Mhm.
had employees we don't love so much that we've had trouble with.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think this course will really help people with
Mhm.
is bringing the best out of that employee.
Yes.
removing the personal aspects of it, but helping them get the best out of themselves is a better way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Because as business owners, that's our role too.
Yeah.
It's not, it's, of course, it's growing the bottom line.
Yeah.
But it's also about helping them develop into the best they can be.
Yes.
As well. So part of that, it goes back to that coaching and service.
Yes.
I believe this applies to that too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so when is your, we got some comments here. Who do we have? Addie was like,
if it's somebody I know, I apologize.
Let's see here. Oh, Addie, I agree. Shawna, you're amazing. Oh, thank you, Addie. Echo's here. Hello, Eric. Hello, Shawna. Awesome.
Hi,
Echo. Oh, she's on a break and wanted to catch the show. Hello, Echo. Thank you for joining us.
I hope all that stuff you're doing, Echo's got her hands full with what she's doing this week. She's doing beautifully.
Yeah, she does. She's a rock star.
And I'll say hello to Addie too,
yeah.
who I also know rather well.
Mm-hmm. I know. I love it. Our fellow Campfield, part of our Campfield family.
It's like old home week.
Yeah.
The only difference is we're all in different locations. I had to tell you, I just completed a private mastermind with Jack and Patty. And we had a very nice group, but I miss you guys. I really do. We see each other a lot, but I really miss you guys a lot, seeing you every day like that.
Yeah, it was such a,
wonderful, wonderful group.
It was. I mean, it was just it was amazing. The people were wonderful.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. And it's like lifelong friendships, right? You just meet the most amazing people and everybody coming from a place of service. And it's like, how can I support you? Right.
And that was the great thing. Yeah. You know, it's a story I told on the trip. So you've all heard it before. I did not arrive in San Diego in good spirits.
Right. Right.
I really was not, because the timing of the trip spoiled my holiday plans. And I did not feel as prepared as I felt I should have been coming out, and that washed away very quickly. Maybe it's the fact that you brought me lunch the first day. we were in the very first breakout group, you and I.
Yeah.
But it was just fabulous, and as you said, and it's one of the great things. Everybody was there to be helpful, be supportive. Yeah, and it made it wonderful. Really did.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, oh my God, it's precious moments I will treasure forever.
Mm-hmm.
It was just amazing. Yeah.
And it doesn't, and look, we're all here, and somehow, some way, though, we do have to work on this, getting everybody back in the same room.
Yeah, exactly.
That we have to work on.
I would love to host a reunion at my place. You guys can all come to Canada.
Get your passports ready. And of course, I live outside of New York.
Yeah.
So, for those who want to come to New York, just let me know.
Yeah. Bernie and I are definitely coming for a visit. We just got to figure out some dates.
Well, that is true. I can't wait to have you guys here.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
It'd be so nice. I can't wait to give you a hug in person.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. It does go by fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Patty's like, Addie, sorry. It's like, I'll be there. Yay, Addie. Yes, definitely. Okay. So in your book, Crystal Clear Leadership, that people can, if they want to check it out, that they can take a look at that on Amazon. I'll also put in the comments here where you can also reach out to Eric. And so your course, the 90-second breakthrough, when that's starting in the fall, am I correct on that?
I think we're going to try and launch that. We're still working on dates.
Yeah. So
I don't have an exact date. Okay. We're going to start the initial marketing phase, I think, in 2 weeks. Okay. We've been working on this for months. We've really been we started working on this when I got back from San Diego.
Yeah.
And I've actually done all the course writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote every bit of this myself, which is quite a bit.
That's a lot of work.
The course is longer than my book.
Wow.
but bottom line, we're hoping to launch the first group right after Labor Day.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, Echo says she bought the book. Canada. Oh, yes, yes, you can come to Canada. Definitely. Have her
No,
totally.
I know Echo bought the book, and Echo, we ought to give Echo a shout because she just finished one and just put one out.
Yes, yes.
So,
Echo.
which I'm sure is just terrific. I've got to order my copy.
Yes, Echo and both Addie were part of Transformation. I have the book.
Right.
I'm reading the stories. Their stories are just amazing, amazing. I love it. So with you, Eric, so you have your programs coming out. You do also like the one-on-one coaching, like
I do some one-on-one coaching.
Mhm.
Again, very select clients.
Yes.
But I do some one-on-ones. But I really am very fond of the group mastermind. That's my favorite. It's very impactful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good use of time, and I think, as we all saw in San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
I think the peer support is important.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and I think that's why I like it more than even one-on-one coaching.
You know what? I so agree with you. I did a like very little one-on-one coaching because I dove right into group coaching right away because that's what I was aligned with, the group coaching. And I find the group coaching is so much more powerful that people have breakthroughs and they have almost like a bigger transformation when they're in like not a big group. Like I like to keep my 10, 12 people max because it's that intimate setting where people can really connect and share. And I find the breakthroughs are just amazing.
I agree with you. Now think about the experience we had in San Diego.
Yeah.
You're working with someone like Jack, and Jack is a great guy, but Jack is also Jack Canfield.
Yeah.
And it can be intimidating for some.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that we all had each other as his principles are all being poured into us in various ways. And I still, there are so many little things that I can remember from each of those sessions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That everybody's, I hope I helped someone else. But the feedback and the insight really were so helpful to me.
Yeah.
And these are all things that I took away, and that's in addition to what I learned from Jack.
Yes. Yes. Well, exactly. And the breakout sessions were amazing. And like you said, the very first breakout session, because it was you, me, Maurice, Daniel, Mustafa. So it was like 4 gentlemen and me. And I hadn't been around the men, like been with men since I left my career, right? That was 4 years ago. So to be back in my very first breakout room with 4 guys, and I don't even know how many men there was, and there wasn't a lot of men there to begin with. So it was really amazing that I was with you guys and the first exercises we did together, because we just had fun and we were laughing, and I was like, thank you. I needed that. And so that is what then spurred me on to go, okay, it's time to work with men again. And I'm going to open up my program to men because I really missed working with men. And you were a big part of that. So thank you. Like, you've changed my life.
Well, boy, if I changed your life, and now I'm really worried. but I must tell you, it was delightful. And again, it just set the tone. It kind of put me out of that irritated demeanor that I felt. I don't think anybody realized it, but I felt it.
Yeah.
And I think that session kind of took that as like, all right, just dive in, forget the rest, and just go with it.
Yeah.
And I did. And look, I'm a better coach for it. I'm a better person for it. I think we all are. And
we are. And it was so beautiful to witness everybody teaching the success principles, all in a unique, different way.
Right. And that's the other thing. I mean, it's what makes Jack's work so well. And, he and I were talking about this last week. He sees something similar with the breakthrough.
Yeah.
And that really makes me happy, because that tells me that I'm on the right track with what I'm trying to build too.
Yeah.
Because again, the rewards come naturally.
Yes.
The goal is to be as impactful as we can for everybody.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my goodness. I just love this so much. I'm like, I just love chatting with you.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We do indeed. And, you really were one of the go-to. You were one of my go-to people.
Mm-hmm.
You were then, you are now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never comfortable until I get input from you.
Oh my goodness.
When I roll stuff like this out. So,
I feel so.
You to me were one of the stars of the show.
Aw, thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, you're just filling my heart. I love it because it's just such an honor when you reach out to me and say, what do you think about this? And you want my opinion on something or to review something. It's just like, I'm like, wow, it's so special to know that I'm having that impact, because that's my whole thing, is to help others and to make that impact in the world, however I can, by serving and helping. So thank you for that.
Well, it's my pleasure. And it's also the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been so wonderful, Eric. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm excited for your course coming out. I know Echo said she bought your book. Oh, Echo has a book coming out as well this fall. So many talented people with books. It's just amazing. So I can't wait to go buy your book on Amazon myself now. Add it to my collection. And yeah, you can follow Eric on Facebook. I put his link here in the chat, and you could reach out to him through that as well. And this has been amazing, Eric. Thank you so much for being on my guest today and sharing your wisdom.
Oh, it's always my pleasure. You know that.
Yeah.
And we'll do this again soon, I hope. And more important than that, I hope we see each other for real soon.
Yes, we will, definitely. I'll get you to hold on for a second. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I so appreciate it. Until next week, I believe in you. I believe in your success. Have a fabulous day.